After a new quarry opened in the north of the island, some of the narrow-gauge engines from Skarloey's line were brought to help. High up on the line, they would collect slate and other materials to bring down to the transfer yard. Rusty was there to help maintain the rails. They were laid with haste, so some regulations were ignored. On a siding at the line's summit, the earth beneath the track had eroded and fell away. The quarry manager should at least reinforce the rail bed. It's only a matter of time until something goes over the edge. At the transfer yard, Rusty met Duncan. That siding up there looks worse and worse every day, Rusty sighed to Duncan. What? That bit of rail next to the sheds seems to hold my trucks just fine. If only I could fit more trucks in that siding. I wouldn't have to make so many trips going up and down the line, Duncan retorted, beginning to make a plan. Just don't go past that board, Duncan. It's not safe, Rusty warned, then hummed off to return to the summit. Duncan looked over to his newly delivered trucks. Normally, he would leave with his current train and deliver that to the summit before returning for his second trip. Today, Duncan wanted to make only one trip. The trucks, who had listened to Rusty and Duncan's conversation, also began forming their own scheme. Duncan's driver talked it over with the yard manager. If you can handle, the yard manager says we can wait for your second train to be ready and take them up together. He was used to pulling long trains through the mountains on their own railway, so this was familiar to him. With how much time I'm saving, I'll be the first one back to the shed today, he thought to himself excitedly, then looked at the dangling rails above him. I guess I never noticed just how bad they've become, he somberly thought. When Duncan finally arrived to the summit turntable, he looked in shock at the sidings. They were full of trucks! Duncan, that siding isn't stable enough to go past the sign, Rusty reminded. No choice now, Duncan said. I'm not going back down the mountain again today. His driver went ahead on foot and examined the ground. I'll tighten up the brakes on the van so we don't lose the train. The trucks giggled to themselves as the brake van rolled over the unstable ground. Go on! Go on! Yelled the trucks as they pushed the van off the rails and landed on the tracks below. Luckily, no one was hurt. Sleepers and ballast! The trucks pulled me! Duncan exclaimed to his driver and Rusty, who saw the accident. No point in passing blame now. A lot of things went wrong here. Let's get down the line and see how we can help, his driver reasoned. Duncan and Rusty went down the line to the pile of trucks. Max, Monty, and Kelly arrived with chains, ready to assist in towing the wrecked trucks off the line. Rusty and Duncan pulled the recovered trucks back up to the summit. It took until nightfall to clear the mess, but the little engines could finally go back to their sheds. I'm sorry I ignored your warning, Rusty. I only wanted to get back home early today by making one trip with the trucks. Now it's after dark, and we're only getting back, Duncan apologized to Rusty. It's alright, Duncan. They were old, empty trucks, and everyone below knew to stay clear anyway. This is a good learning experience, if anything, Rusty affirmed. And, added Duncan, the quarry manager said he's going to spend the week fixing the line. Rusty and Duncan finally closed their eyes, feeling comforted. They knew that even though things went wrong, there was still some good to come of it after all.